Hi Pikeknights, and welcome to my office. Today we're taking a proper look at Garcia's Beast series of baitcasting reels for 2025. We'll go through the specifications, compare their 200, 300 and 400 sizes, talk strengths and weaknesses, and finish with who these reels are actually made for. We'll also look at which size fits different fishing styles so you can make the right choice. The Beast series picks up where the Revo Beast 4041 left off, building on the same core idea of strength, control and durability. With a larger construction and upgraded components, it's designed to handle truly demanding predator fishing. Garcia has taken experience from previous models and added new solutions that make this review interesting for anyone wanting to understand the next step in the development. All reels in the series share the following technologies. Asymmetric body, an asymmetrical design that distributes internal components for better balance in the hand. The ergonomic shape is supposed to reduce fatigue during long sessions and make the reel more comfortable under demanding conditions. 7 HPCR stainless steel ball bearings plus 1 roller bearing. These bearings should ensure smooth operation and high corrosion resistance. The roller bearing gives extra support for the line guide, making for a stable retrieve on the load. X2 Craftic aluminum frame. It uses a reinforced dual alloy frame that's built to stay rigid even when the gear is under heavy pressure. Power Stack carbon matrix drag system. Multiple layers of carbon fiber washers delivers a strong drag power while keeping the resistance really smooth. That setup helps the reel stay steady even when you're fighting bigger fish for a long time, without those sudden jerks you sometimes get with weaker systems. Oversized brass Duragear Generation 2. It uses an enlarged brass gear system that adds extra strength and durability. The whole setup is built to handle bigger baits, so even when you're throwing heavier lures, the reel keeps running smoothly. When it comes to braking systems, the 200 size model will use the IVCB6 setup, while the 300 and 400 sizes will come with the Infini brake system. Drag clicker. An audible clicker lets you hear when the drag is running, so you get a clear feedback during the fight. Curved aluminum handle. The handle is designed to give you extra power and stability when you're cranking. Gull wing side plate. Beast has a hinged side plate, which makes it easy to access the spool and the braking system without worrying about dropping any loose parts. The elephant in the room is definitely the look and the size of the new knobs. And to be fair, the previous Revo Beast foam knobs were top tier, so the new design has a tough act to follow. But don't let the appearance throw you off. They're actually really comfortable in the hand and give you a solid, confident grip, especially during cold weather. I still wouldn't put them above the old ones. Those were my absolute favorites straight out of the box. But these new knobs do offer real function and purpose on the water. The 200 size sits in my hands surprisingly well, and my hands are pretty big. So the reel ends up feeling comfortable, almost bordering on small. That compact feel actually becomes a strength for lighter setups that still need power, like downsized pike fishing or sturdier bass gear. It's nimble, easy to control, and gives you that confident, light but not fragile sensation. The 300, on the other hand, feels instantly familiar. Its ergonomics are nearly identical to the Corrado and Tranx models I've spent countless hours fishing with over the years. So picking it up feels a bit like coming home. I think many anglers will appreciate that sense of familiarity. It's predictable in the best possible way, with a shape and balance that just makes sense. The 400 though tells a different story at first glance. Visually it looks massive, almost intimidating, like a reel built for war. Once you actually get it in your hand, the grip isn't that overwhelming. The real difference shows up in weight and balance. The 400 has a tendency to tip sideways because of the large gear set and overall mass, and that imbalance becomes noticeable quickly. I really wish Garcia had managed to refine the balance, but with this much material and gear size, it's probably a tough engineering challenge. Still, the added weight is undeniable, and that's where fatigue and comfort can become real factors during longer sessions. making the 300 to a better choice for overall pike fishing. Där sitter den. Oj. Pang. Regarding casting distance, we tested all the reels using a jerkbait weighing around 100 grams. The rod was an 8.6 SG2 with a casting weight of 150 grams, and all reels were spooled with 0.32 braided line. For each reel, we recorded the best distance out of 3 casts, and the results were a big surprise for me. The 400 size actually came out on top with 59.3 meters, making it the third best casting reel if we compare it to other big models. The 200 was a bit of a disappointment, ending up last compared to other 200 size models. The 300 ended up in the middle, making it a solid choice for those looking for a great all-rounder. The Beast series is built for demanding fishing, with a construction aimed at durability and strength. On the water, these reels provide solid resistance and a clear sense of control, which helps when handling larger lures with high gear ratios. The added strength is noticeable across all sizes and contributes to a stable fishing experience. On the downside, all the models have a slightly gritty metallic feel. You can sense it in the handle, and it creates a faint, unwanted sound when you're fishing. We also ran into small issues with the thumb bar sticking on the 300 size model, and on the 200 size the brake adjustment felt a bit loose, more like pressing a button than turning a dial. These points and technologies cover the general information for all 3 reels. Now let's break them down one by one and look at why you should or shouldn't pick each model. The 200 size only comes in one gear ratio, and that is 7.3. It has 8 bearings, weighs 260 grams, has a recommended casting weight of up to 150 grams, takes in 80 centimeters of line per turn, has a line capacity of 160 meters of 0.36 braid, and has a drag of 11.2 kilos. So why should you buy the 200 size? Overall, the reel comes across as light and comfortable to fish with, even during longer sessions. It has a fast retrieve that suits more aggressive styles, and the drag is impressively strong for its size. The ergonomics are excellent, and in our testing, it consistently showed the most reliable build quality of the group. Why shouldn't you buy the 200 size then? On the downside, the brake dial feels a bit loose, and the reel isn't the best match for lures over 150 grams. It also has slightly limited line capacity if you're fishing really large waters, and it ended up last in the casting performance. The 200 size hits a sweet spot though, between strength and agility. It's light enough to not wear you out, yet strong enough for big pike. The 7.3 ratio makes it perfect for things like jerkbaits, spinnerbaits, and other fast presentations.
Det är så sjukt. Åh jäklar vad den svalde. Oj.
The 300 size comes in 2 gear ratios with 5.8 taken in 68 centimeters of line and 7.5 taken in 89 centimeters of line per handle turn. It has 8 bearings, weighs 315 grams, has a recommended casting weight of up to 300 grams. The line capacity is 215 meters of 0.36 braid, and the drag is 11.3 kilos on the high gear ratio and 13.6 kilo on the low gear ratio. So why should you choose the 300 size? This setup lets you choose whether you want more power or more speed with different gear ratios depending on how you fish. It also offers excellent line capacity and a noticeably strong drag, especially in the lower gear ratio. On top of that, the hybrid brake system is very forgiving, which makes it easier to dial in and keeps things stable on the cast. Why shouldn't you pick the 300 size? There are a few downsides. We noticed a slight thumb bar sticking issue, and this model is noticeably heavier than the 200 size version. It also faces some tough competition in the same price range from Shimano's Curado and Triumph series. So, the 300 size will likely be the go-to for many pike anglers. It offers flexibility, power, and capacity for big waters and big fish. So if you use lures in the, say, 150 to 300 gram range, this is the workhorse for you.
Oh shit! Jävlar vilken dugg! Va? Jäklar vad fin!
Last but not least, we will take a look at the 400 size of the Beast Baitcasting series. This reel comes in 2 gear ratios at 4.8, taking in 68 centimeters of line, and 6.2, taking in 86 centimeters of line. It has 8 bearings, has a weight of between 471 to 482 grams, has a recommended casting weight of 300 gram plus. The line capacity is 185 meters of 0.41 braid, and the drag is 11.3 kilo on the high gear ratio and 14 kilos on the low gear ratio. So why should you buy the 400 size then? This model is built for maximum strength and is clearly aimed at the heaviest lures. It delivers okay drag power and stays extremely stable on the load, even when you're pushing it hard. It also had the best casting distance out of the 3 reels that we tested. Why shouldn't you buy it? It does come with a couple of limitations. It's a heavy reel, so it won't suit everyone, and for most anglers it's simply overkill unless you're regularly fishing lures in the 300 gram range or above. The balance is off, and that won't help with fatigue or the overall fishing experience.
The 400 size is a true beast. It's heavy, but I guess that's the point. So if you're throwing big soft baits, huge swim baits, or targeting trophy pike or trophy salmon, then this might be the reel for you.
Let's summarize the advantages and disadvantages of the Beast Baitcasting series from 2025. This series offers powerful drag systems, a good range of sizes and gear ratios, and a robust aluminum frame with Duragear for added strength. The ergonomics are also a real highlight, with the asymmetric body and power knobs giving it a comfortable, confident feel in the hand. It's finally available in multiple sizes, and the retrieve feels strong and enjoyable on the water. There are a few drawbacks to keep in mind though. The 400 size model is noticeably heavy, and the whole series sits at a premium price point, making for some really tough competition. The 300 and 400 can also feel a bit oversized if you're used to something like the older Revo Beast. On top of that, there are a few minor mechanical quirks, things like problem with the thumb bar, the brake dial on the 200 size, and a bit of extra noise during operation.
The new Beast is definitely a step up from previous models. But just like when a brand new car series hits the market, early editions can have some small setbacks.
The 200 stands out with the best overall quality and ergonomics. The 300 is the most versatile for classic pike fishing, and the 400 is a true heavy-duty option for extreme lure weights and great casting performance. Competition is fierce, not only from Shimano's Curado and Tranks, but also from Daiwa's Tatula and ProRex. Even within Garcia's own lineup, the older Revo Beast is now sold at a low price, and the Revo 5 offers a lighter, more versatile alternative. Even so, the Beast 2025 represents a real step forward in power and control, especially in the higher gear ratios. Overall, it's a strong series for anglers targeting big pike and heavy lures, as long as they pick the size that fits their fishing style. Personally, I'll mostly fish the 400, because that size fits what I'm doing right now. And the 400 will be really interesting to compare with the upcoming Tranks 400 in 2026. The 300 has a harder time standing out, especially with Shimano's Curado and Tranks sitting in the same price range. The 200, on the other hand, actually outperforms its Shimano counterparts, with stronger drag and better in-hand feel, but I still enjoy the Revo 5 more. Thank you so much for watching. If you've tested some of the Beast Baitcasting reels, then I would love to hear what you think about them. We make reviews like this all the time, so if you like the content, then feel free to subscribe. As always, stay safe, take care of the fish, and hopefully, I'll see you next time.